Greetings, gentlemen and ladies. In today's video, we're just going to do a walkthrough on how to create a Spotify ad campaign in order to boost your music or podcast or whatever you're trying to promote on Spotify. So here's how we're going to do that. We're just going to walk through. We're going to go to click create. Now you obviously have to have found your way to Spotify advertising. Just Google search Spotify advertising if you haven't created an account yet. Go ahead, click create, and then click on campaigns. Click create here. And I'm just going to step you through some of the details. Now, campaign name is whatever you want. This is just for your reference, your own personal reference. Now, you can promote something. I'm assuming you're going to want to promote. This video is about promoting music or podcast or whatever the case may be. So in this case, we're going to choose an artist's music on Spotify. Now, you will probably need to be an artist on Spotify. Now, in order to do that, you'll want to use a service like TuneCore, for example, to submit your music to Spotify. Once you've done all that, you can use TuneCore to claim your Spotify account. But I'm assuming that you already have music on Spotify. That's my assumption. If you don't, check out TuneCore for a nice, easy way to do it. I'll do a video on that in the future. That's outside the scope. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and promote the artist AJ Dare. That's me. And just click next. Okay, now again, for your reference, this is the ad set name. So advertising campaign is broken down into three parts: the campaign name, the ad set name, and then the basically the ad content. That's typically the format for basically all advertising. So this is whatever you want for your ad set name to be. We're going to be promoting audio. Which platforms that you want to target, you can probably just target all of them. iOS, desktop, etc. You can go ahead and edit what audience details you want to use here. Now, you can choose for something like broad targeting, no targeting, if you have, if that seems appropriate to you. Or if you want to potentially target a particular type of artist, let's say, for example, Madonna. Let's take Madonna. We can target fans of Madonna. And if you have music or whatever that's similar to Madonna's music, then you can target. You can also add in some other let's say, who I think, I don't know, man, Backstreet Boys. So you can target a number of different artists in this area, whatever you see fit. Now, you will need to, of course, make sure that your audience side is of decent enough size, that it's big enough that it's not a really tiny audience, or this might have trouble running. But Madonna, Backstreet Boys, whatever, those are big audiences. You could also target by genre. They have several genres to choose from if that's appropriate for your type of music. You could target by interest if that makes you happy. This would probably be more along the lines of if you're running like an ad for a product or something like that. If you're promoting music, this may not be quite what you have in mind. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead with no additional targeting for this video, and then you need to select your average daily budget. Now, 15 is the minimum here, 15 Canadian, which is what I'm in. So I'm just going to go ahead and select 15 as my sort of starting point. That's a great starting point. You don't need to start with a high budget to start. You want to probably run ads without an end date. You can come and turn them off whenever you want, so you might as well just have them run. The first thing you're also going to want to do is you're going to notice the start date for some reason is like 1 week ahead of today. I don't know why that is, so I'm just going to go ahead and select that to actually today. Now, if you want to prioritize the number of times people will see your ads, you can choose impressions. If you want to prioritize the number of different people that will see your ad, you can go with reach. Now, I'm going to go ahead with reach because I want to reach unique listeners. You may also find that impressions works better. I have to do more experimenting with this to make a recommendation myself. So I'm going to go ahead with reach. You might try impressions. Which works better, I cannot say. Frequency cap basically means how many times do you want the same person per day to see your ad. So if you want to keep it so that only one person can see your ad one time per day, assuming that they didn't click it the first time, they might not click it again, you can do that to 1 per day. If you want to give them lots of tries to click it, you go 10, well, you go actually up to 5 per day, I guess, is the maximum, right? I'm sort of testing the idea of maybe showing it a couple times per day, 2 or 3 times per day, and seeing if you get any clicks. Now, for your bid cap, this is cost per 1,000 impressions. Now, Spotify does recommend a bid cap for you. In this case, it's recommending the range of 561 to 8 something something. You can go ahead and probably just take its higher suggestion and go ahead and click next. You might be able to get cheaper than that. I'm not sure. I haven't played around with it too much, so I can't tell you how well things perform in terms of bid capping, but I can say that you can definitely test that out and see what you get results for. It's gonna also, depend on your ad creative, right? Okay, so again, this doesn't matter. This is just for your reference. Now you can probably go ahead and choose your artist name for your advertiser name. You'll want to choose a button language, also a call to action type. So in this case, if it's music, I'm going to go ahead and choose listen. Now I have noticed this little glitch here in that instead of choosing a button language, it does this. Now if you have this glitch, you can just go ahead and look on the right and see what you see. As you cycle through, you'll see the different languages come up. So you can just cycle through until you find the one that actually seems to be in the language that you want. I contacted support about this. They were kind of useless. They didn't have any suggestions for how to fix that. Maybe you won't have it. Maybe you'll actually see the proper languages. Now, the click-through URL is very important. What you're going to want to do, especially if you're an artist promoting your music, is you're going to want to go ahead and choose either an album or a playlist. If you choose something like an album, then what you have here is an entire sequence of songs that you will link your player to. If you want to create a playlist out of some of your favorite songs and then link to that, you can do that. So I'm going to go ahead and link to my album in this case. If you don't link to a playlist or an album, then what you will probably notice is that, for example, Spotify will opt to choose a random radio station instead. If somebody listens to your music, the next song they'll hear won't be one of yours, it'll just be a random radio station. So you're going to want to go ahead and select a playlist so you can control the songs that the person hears. Your goal is, of course, to attract new fans, and so you want them to stay on your channel and listen to more music. So go ahead and choose an image now. The image should be a square size, 640 by 640. It doesn't have to be exactly 640 as long as it's 1:1, basically 1:1 ratio. So I'm going to go ahead and choose my album cover here. It could be basically any image you think might capture people's attention. As for the audio itself, what you need to do is you need to create a 30-second sampler of your song, right? And that's what Spotify will play. It's just like a 1 to 31 second sampler. I tried a 31 second audio. It told me it was too long, so I just made mine 30 seconds since it didn't seem to get the timing quite right. You can go ahead and choose your little sampler audio, your 30-second sampler audio, and that will be just like the beginning of your song. And if people click it, they play it, they like it, hopefully they click listen now, and then they start listening to the rest of your stuff. And that is actually pretty much all there is to it. That's how you create an ad. You'll want to make sure you got your credit card information, all that sort of stuff put in there, blah, blah, blah. And click submit and you're good to go. Okay, hope you guys have found this video helpful. I'll see you in the next one.